So, hello. Today I want to talk about Storyjumper with you. If you want to use Storyjumper, you use the internet and type this address, storyjumper.com, and then you go to login, and then you log in with Google, sign in with Google, and you have to type first the address, digitaltourist23 at gmail.com, and then you will ask to put the password, which is classroom. My browser did it already, and then you are on this side. I just will talk to you about the basics. First of all, you see this site, this page. We will start to create a book, but you also have a library of books from other countries, from other students, from other classes, and so on. And you can have a look at the books before that you know how they may look. You can open them and read them, and you also would be able to comment them and so on. You can search for books from other classes by a topic, maybe love, and then you see a lot of books about love, true love, sun and moon, and so on. You can filter your search by books which have audios together. You can filter by grades, by collections, and of course by languages. So you can have a look at the books first. You can use them in your lessons. Maybe you want to have a look about books of a special topic, and you can use them and read them together with your children, your pupils. But of course, they are mainly there to get inspiration for your or for our own books. And of course, the kids can be inspired, and if they know how to use it, they can think, I want to make such a book and try. Okay, but let's go home and try to do it on our own way. We will create a book by typing on this page, and then we have 5 templates. I would recommend to start with a blank template. So you type on it, and it needs some time, and then you see the pages of the book. Um, at the beginning, all books have 16 pages and the back cover, but you can write books with more pages, of course, very easily too. Sorry. So the main things you can do is are on the left side. Let's start with um, adding a text box. You see, you can use quite a lot of text boxes and giving it a title. My first book, Digital Tourist, and so on. Of course, you can change your script as you want. You can make it bigger. You can change this way, for example, um, and so on. It's up to you. You know it. It's the same as in any other in Word or any other thing, for example. Okay, then you can choose, for example, your scenes. So it's a kind of background. Let's say your first book starts with this kind of background. Okay. Of course, you can move this uh, thing by using the hand. Here you would be able to make them shorter or bigger, but the hand is the main point to move to put it wherever you want. Then, of course, you can add some normal, let's say, props, clip arts. You can search them by words. You add them here, for example. Then you close it, and then you can put it here, for example. And of course, you also can make it bigger and shorter and so on, the same as you want. Okay, then you could start with the next page, of course. Let's say with the next page, you want to introduce yourself in a text, so you or can make a speech bubble, for example, here, and you can add a clip art about yourself or your boy or something like this. Here you can delete it, and then you can start. Hi, my name is, and I want to write my first book, and blah blah blah, and so on. And the book is about, let's say, it's about dogs, so you can add the first dog here and the next dog, and so on. It's up to you. Add as many dogs as you like, not hot dogs, real dogs. And if you edit them, you can put them in your first page, first real page. Of course, you also can um, change the design again, maybe using the garden. And then you can, the first page would be finished. If you want to keep the structure of the page, you can duplicate the page with this sign. Yeah, with this sign, sorry. Here I duplicated the dog. Okay, brother and sister. So you can duplicate the page here. And so you see it would be a copy of this, and the structure is there. Here you can, when you click on the page, you can delete it. You can add more pages if you have already written 16 pages and need more place for your story. And of course, you also can add own photos. Yes, for example, if you click on photos, you see add your photos. If you need a special photo, maybe the logo of a photo needn't be a real photo. It's a clip art, a picture, any kind of picture. You can browse from your computer. For example, this one. I used it with my last project, and then you can decide whether you just use it as a picture or as a background. Let's say I want to use it as a picture, and then I could add it here too. And again, change the size, move it wherever I want, for example. Okay? So you can add any kinds of photos, clip arts, pictures, which you have on your computer, mm, on your platforms, and so on. Sorry. You also can use your voice for the books, so they are reading books and audio books the same. So if you click here on voice, then you could start recording your voice. Hi, I'm Max. I want to tell you something about my favorite pets. They are dogs. I love dogs, and I want to introduce my 5 favorite dogs to you. Okay, so then you would be able to do this. You can check it here. You also would be able to add some music if you had it, for example, or if you used something of this, let's say, beginning here, and you're happy with it, you can click on save. Okay. So now if you have a look at your book, you click on save and exit. Here you could open your book, and then the first part is always nothing on it, just the QR code and the link where to find the book online. And then here you would be able to read your book, and here you could click on allow listening. Sorry. Okay, for example, in my class, we will do a collection of books about our town, and we will do it in German. But we also want our international friends to have to understand them. So we will make the English version by audio files, for example. So, and whenever you want to continue with working on this book, you click on edit again, and then the book opens again, and then you could start the page you want to do, or on the next page, and so on. Of course, you also would be able to change the cover with another thing, and here, for example, with in this way. And of course, you also could add some things in your title, in your cover. My book about dogs. Sorry. Hmm. From Max, and so on. So I think most things are very easy to understand, and I can think kids in all ages can try by doing it themselves. And when you think your book is perfect, absolutely perfect, then you can click on finished, and then you are asked. Now this book is not finished, but let's I think it's finished. Okay, then you can ask, and then you should click on yes, I finished this book, and then the book can't be edited anymore, but it can be shared and so on. You can share with your code, and you would get um uh you would get how can I say, you could wait a minute. Here you have different ways to share. You can share it on your social profiles. You can embed it on a blog, for example, or on another website, for example. This is the most easy thing, and of course, then it is in your library. In your library. So if you go to your library or home, let's say your home, and then you see this book is already in your library. And of course, in our project, we will have a lot of books at the end in our common library. If the book is so excellent, very, very excellent, that you would like to publish it really in as a real book, there are different ways to do it. You see, you can download this book, You could download this book. You could download it just a PDF. You could download the audiobook. You could download the gift card. You could, yeah, you could order the book as a public book with voice link, a paperback book. It's not very cheap, you see, but I think the best book of our collection earns it, or of each school, for example, earns it to be bought as a hardcover book for your school library, for example. And the other ones, okay. Of course, there are other ways to do it. For example, when I have normal books, I um I can cut the pages by Paint, for example, and add them in PowerPoint, for example, or in another platform, and then print as PDF. It's from the quality, it's the same, definitely, and it's free, of course. It's easy. But the best book, of course, the kids will be very proud if their book is printed as a hardcover book. Of course, it needs about 2 weeks when this book arrives at your school. Then, but it looks very nice. We already did it several times. Yeah, I think these are the most important things about Storyjumper. I told you when you need help, there were quite a lot of questions which might be answered. You see them here, a lot of them, but I think most of the questions should have been answered by this small tutorial. Don't talk about using Google Classroom or something like this. It's a bit difficult, as you definitely always need the permission of the parents and the code and something like this. And I think it's definitely too much work for such a small project as we have. If you use Storyjumper for many years, it might be helpful, but we just click on Create Books, and then we start to make very fine, very nice, very cool books together with the students. And I hope you like this video.